At 10 in the morning on Wednesday, July 29th, a Civil War-era mill on Muitzeskill Road in Schodack collapsed into the floodwater. This building had been standing since the 1860s. More than 160 years of Hudson Valley history, gone in minutes. That collapse tells you everything you need to know about what happened in eastern New York on Wednesday. A slow-moving storm system stalled over the Hudson Valley and Capital Region and refused to move on. Schodack in Rensselaer County recorded nearly 12 inches of rain from Tuesday through Wednesday afternoon. 12 inches.
That's just from the back of the... That's good. That's crazy. This is like everybody at Craft Tech today off, huh? A little punch here.
It's probably hotter than that.
In a region where the average rainfall for the entire month of July is less than 4 inches. Albany International Airport recorded more than 5 inches in 2 days alone, one of the city's largest two-day rainfall totals on record. The National Weather Service office in Albany issued multiple overlapping flash flood warnings throughout the morning. By 7:24, NWS Albany had already confirmed life-threatening flash flooding was actively occurring across central Columbia County, northeastern Greene County, and southwestern Rensselaer County, with more rain still falling. Let us go through what happened on the ground. In West Albany, emergency crews carried out water rescues as severe flooding overwhelmed residential areas following heavy overnight rainfall. The Albany Police Department was responding to multiple flood incidents across the city simultaneously, with main roads including the City Line section of Central Avenue and Washington Avenue completely closed. In the village of Coxsackie in Greene County, a vehicle became submerged on a flooded portion of Mansion Street under a railway overpass. A dive team was called in to search the vehicle. The occupants had managed to escape. That was one of the fortunate outcomes of Wednesday morning. The state of emergency declarations came fast. The city of Rensselaer declared a state of emergency through 7 in the morning Thursday. Rensselaer County declared its own county-wide state of emergency. Greene County declared a state of emergency and closed all non-emergency offices for the day. County officials across Albany, Columbia, Greene, Rensselaer, Saratoga, Schenectady, and Ulster counties urged residents to avoid all non-essential travel. Road closures covered the region: County Route 1 on Muitzeskill Road, County Route 4 on Van Hosen Road, County Route 7 on Schodack-Nassau Road, County Route 40 on Plank Road, County Route 50. Multiple main roads in Albany shut down. The town of Schodack closed Town Hall entirely and strongly discouraged all unnecessary travel. Residents said they had not seen anything like it, not in decades of living along these rivers.
That's crazy. That's crazy. This is like everybody at Craft Tech the day off, huh? A little plunge here yet?
It's better water than that. You're getting some pictures.
Multiple people who remembered Hurricane Irene in 2011 said Wednesday was worse. The American Red Cross opened emergency shelters at Greenville High School and Hunter-Tannersville Elementary School in Greene County and at Albany School of Humanities in Albany County for residents displaced by the flooding. Amtrak suspended service on the Hudson line between Rensselaer and New York Penn Station due to high water levels and debris on the tracks in Columbia County. Saratoga Racecourse canceled its Wednesday racing card, a signal of how far the storm's impact extended, forcing closures dozens of miles from the hardest-hit areas. Now let us talk about why this happened so fast and hit so hard. The system that moved through eastern New York was what meteorologists call a training thunderstorm event. In a typical heavy rain scenario, a storm moves across a region, drops rainfall, and pushes on. In a training event, successive cells of intense rainfall develop and track through the same corridor one after another, like freight cars on a track. Each cell drops rainfall in roughly the same location. The ground, already saturated from the first cell, has no capacity to absorb the second, or the third. The water has nowhere to go except into streams, rivers, streets, and buildings. Schodack was directly in that corridor. The Muitzeskill Creek and other waterways across Rensselaer and Columbia counties rose rapidly to dangerous levels. The historic mill had survived more than 160 years of Hudson Valley weather. It did not survive Wednesday morning. Businesses across Albany, Hudson, Schodack, and Castleton-on-Hudson sustained significant losses. Floodwater destroyed inventory, equipment, and storage facilities. Thick mud and debris delayed reopening across commercial districts. Albany reported issues with its wastewater infrastructure and issued advisories for affected residents. Farmland across Greene County and Columbia County was submerged, destroying crops and damaging equipment.
I'm sorry, baby.
Recovery operations are now underway across 7 or more counties. Roads, bridges, homes, businesses, historic structures, and agricultural land all need systematic damage assessment before the full scope of Wednesday's event is understood. As of Thursday morning, the storm system has moved into New England. The heavy rain threat for the capital region has eased significantly, with only light rain expected today. The focus for emergency managers has shifted to damage assessment and recovery across the affected communities. What happened in eastern New York on Wednesday, July 29th, broke records that have stood for decades. The Schodack mill stood through the Civil War, through both World Wars, through Hurricane Irene. The storm that brought it down in 2026 did so with less than 12 hours of rain. Subscribe and hit the bell, because recovery in this region has just begun and the full damage picture is still being assembled.